yesterday, or did you eat more?
I went to bed.
I definitely did not go and get chicken nuggets after.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Didn't go. Where am I even looking? Okay. I'm not very good at navigating this Jambhall. That's already like. Okay, we have a bunch of Jambos. They look so funny. They look so funny. Astra's one looks so funny.
I love Astras.
How come it's not the animated version? That's my question. M. Um, What are those pink things next to people's names? Are those like server booths?
Yeah.
Okay. Cute. So while we're waiting, if anybody hasn't done their last, well, not last, I guess, because you can still do them while we're doing Jambhall. Their last, what is it? Dive, poke, raid. Yeah. So Roo Scouts Phase 2 is closing when we finish Jambhall. So don't forget to do them. Okay. Why do I keep losing the chat?
I don't know, I'm trying to organize all my windows.
Okay, give me a sec.
Extra. I'm scared. Okay. Wonder if I can play music. Let's see.
So Jpeg and James are here, I think.
There's James.
Let me get them up.
Okay.
Can't hear, it's too loud. Hear anything. Hello. Okay, Jpeg's here as well. We can begin.
Yeah.
Set. Okay. Okay, this is cute. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, I'm getting
Can you
so
hear me?
confused.
Yep, can hear you.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I think we'll just start because I'm getting an echo.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Ooh.
That guys, sorting out audio. Cool. Yeah. So let's start. Thank you, all of the Jambos, for coming to our first ever Jambhall. It's a super cute time because we've just obviously released White Paper 2.0 that we've been working on for a really long time, especially on Jpeg Maxi's end. He's just been slaving away not only on the white paper but on obviously everything else that's going on as well. So this is just to say Jpeg actually is very exhausted as very late here. So thank you for making it, and we'll try to get through the questions that Jpeg has to answer first when we go into the AMA section, just so we can cover all of the answers there, and then he can go rest. So tomorrow he can do more Jambo things. Cool. So we have we have James here as well. As you guys
Hey, hello.
all know, yeah, James is leading the game development side with his army of game devs and game artists. And we have Anandn, who is one of the Jambo core devs. He just joined us this year. Nikhil is still here. It's just extremely late his time now as well. But yeah, Anandn is our most hands-on dev, I would say, and you guys would have definitely seen him around the server. So
Yeah,
here
you
as
guys.
well. And then we have Lynn. Lynn, were you on stage last AMA or
No, I was
Okay.
I wasn't even a helpful. No, I was just a helpful then. Cause
Oh
Yeah.
yes, she's been promoted.
Teddy was
Yes,
Teddy was doing that.
that's right. That's right. But you've got the same job, which is moderating the questions for us. So is it really a promotion? I don't know. Anyway, nobody knows Lynn in this whole server, so yeah. This is Lynn, guys. I know it's the first time you guys are seeing her. Yeah, she's basically the community capitan, and unfortunately, she's in Agua. But we'll just ignore that now. Oh, so what we're gonna do
Wait,
is
who
we're
are
gonna
you?
sleep. Maybe Melty. I don't know. So what we're gonna do is we're going to kind of like read through the white paper because I think most people who are in here have already read it extensively. Some of you guys have written reports and summaries on it already, which has been amazing to read. So the reception of the white paper has been so refreshing for us. But yeah, I think I'll go through the white paper as quickly as possible, and then if there's any parts that Jpeg needs to add, I will tap him in. Cool. So yeah, I think with this white paper, you guys are seeing definitely a lot more lore on top of the obvious things like heaps more details on how the economy was designed, how progression works, and how the ecosystem basically runs. And of course, we have the revamps of the game mechanics. That is a lot of thanks to Navik and James's crew, who is, everybody, I don't know, like all of us are like 35, 36 people now, we're all working full time on it. So yeah, that's definitely a lot of info to unpack, and we hope that it was a good read, everybody. So I just wanted to address our mission and our vision. So our mission, as we stated right from the beginning, was to build a fun-first AAA blockchain gaming experience. So we want to make sure that the games are action-packed, that there's a lot of yield to be made as well, and that is empowered by a player-owned economy. And we want our players to participate in the upside and rewards of whatever mass adoption we achieve. So we have a system that has many ways to win. So you can harvest, you can craft, you progress your jambos, you can pick specializations. There's breeding, which everyone's obsessed with for some reason in this ecosystem, understandably. You can be a merchant, you can build and create, and you can govern, I suppose. And then yeah, in terms of our vision, I don't think this was very clear from the beginning, but it's definitely something that has evolved with the project. We're now clear that our development is very narrative driven. So we want to start by building this PvP game mode called the Mini Royale, and everything that comes in the white paper here. And then we want to scale outwards into more of like metaverse, like MMORPG type environment, but that comes way, way later. We need to be able to scale outwards. So our focus always is to make sure that our, wondrous and whimsical world of Jambo Mambo has fun and stability in mind for every single phase that we go through. So, yeah. In terms of overview and lore, I'll go through that really quickly. I know that a lot of people have found interest in this because it's the first time that we kind of figure out why the Jambos are killers, I guess. So because of the way that Jambium is designed and how it kind of exists in the world of Jambo Mambo, Jambium grows from dead Jambos. Right? If you've listened to the podcast and you've read this, I know that you've talked about it in chat. This is something that we think is really, really funny and we love. So Jambium grows from dead Jambos, and that is why Jambos are always so aggressive. They're not afraid of death because once they die, they get Jambium harvested from them. It's a radioactive mineral. And then they get revived and they can continue life and they can fight again and again and again. So Jambium basically powers the whole Jambo Mambo ecosystem. ecosystem. Then we have Runium, which is our soft currency. So Runium is used for crafting, for progression, basically, for putting your stats every time your Jambhall levels up, and to upgrade equipment and all sorts of things like that. You can use Runium for a bunch of other stuff as well, including cosmetics, which comes way down the line. But yeah, our goal basically for all the players is for you to kind of establish your place in Jambo land and become the most powerful and renowned Jambo owner. So that's kind of everybody's end game. And you can do that by battling your Jambos. You can reach the top of the league. You can accumulate riches in Jamyam or Runium, whatever you want. And you build an empire. All of the user-generated content that we're going to be introducing later on as well. And yeah, you guys are going to be contributing a lot to the lore and world building of Jamboland. So I think I'll let Jpeg take the next part because he's very, very well versed in it.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we're on the part about the audiences and the economy. We can go through that real quick and then we'll move on. Your audio is okay. I think his audio is not working. I'll do it. Okay, cool. So the three target audiences, I think we've gone through this quite often already. So we'll talk about the economy, offsets and sinks. We are super adamant that the Jambo Mambo ecosystem has to have a lot of ways to win and also a lot of ways to spend your winnings, right? So the table that we have in here basically describes and summarizes all of the things that you can earn and spend in the ecosystem. So we have Jambiam, of course. These are in-game rewards and they're staking rewards, and you can spend them in crafting, breeding, any accelerators or upgrades, energy refills, and in the staking pool. You can also spend them in the rotative shop, which we'll have in the website. Then later on, we'll have it in the game client as well. And we have the Jambo playable characters. We have equipable weapons, incubators, which are to do with breeding. You need them to breed your Jambos. We have blueprints, which you'd absolutely need for crafting new items. Just to note and to clarify, we will not be releasing gears and toys out like and setting the price for them like that. So a way for them to for items like that to appear in the world is for you guys to craft them. We have land and land add-ons, and then we have pills. So there are two types of pills. There's consumable pills, which you can craft, and then there's random pills that are not NFTs. Sorry, they're not items. They're just power-ups on the floor. Then we have crafting materials, which are needed for most of the things that I just listed. And then we have Runium, which is the soft currency I mentioned before. Okay, I think basically what I wanted to go over for the white paper, and I think that the rest of it will come in the AMA section. What I do want to address for sure, though, is something that, I mean, it's good news and also it's bad news. The bad news is that we have to wait for the alpha launch changing from Q3 this year to Q1 of 2023. We really, really hope that the community understands that this is a long-term decision that was made because of how extensive the game is now, how the ecosystem is designed to be fun. We did not want to sacrifice, the enjoyable factor of the game or any of the sinks. And the most important thing is we just wanted to build on a fortified infrastructure, I suppose. So we're switching basically to a better architecture in the server. I think maybe James Finley, you can talk about our switch from P2P servers to dedicated servers.
Yeah. So, yeah, as it's been described, and as everybody can see from the enhanced white paper, we've really just kind of exploded with features and capabilities, and yeah, essentially what we're planning on building now is a much richer experience than I think was ever the plan, which is fantastic. And one of the pivots that has introduced a somewhat significant increase in just overall complexity and time frame that's involved is the move to a more authoritative server infrastructure. So our initial push for an early release to you all was really built around a peer-to-peer. We were planning on much smaller games, and for those games to be, I think, a little bit more casual in nature. And so essentially electing in real time one of the players to act as a host. This is something that many of you who might be gamers are probably familiar with. Somebody gets elected to be host of that game, and they facilitate a lot of the communications pass through to facilitate that game standing up. That works for smaller games, and it works for games that aren't super competitive. But if you're talking about a game where you want to make sure that everybody's following the rules a bit tighter, and you want to make sure that performance is a little bit steadier, there is this requirement that it be stood up on something with a stronger backbone. So we're looking at moving things over to dedicated authoritative servers. You all will appreciate the heck out of that when the time comes. It overall just means more stability. It means that the opportunity for cheating or just not playing by the rules is significantly diminished. It means that games can be much larger and more complex than ever before because they're going to be running on beefier hardware. So just richer experience overall. And yeah, all the good things, but it's a lot more work. So that's one of the big culprits behind the time delay, and it's something that was going to kind of need to happen anyways. But instead of doing it in this phased approach now, where we build out this lesser version and then jump into that superior incarnation, we're just going to go and do the right thing up front.
Love it.
Thank you for the explanation.
Thanks.
I never would have been able to do that ever. So on my what's it called? Discord is open. Click anything. I can now. Anyways, yes, we'll take questions if you guys have about the service thing, about the launch move in a little bit. I just wanted to say thank you to our first batch of announced backers. So that's Big Brain Holdings. That really was our first one. So Big Brain was the first ever, very, very early on. We have Deep Ventures, Criterion, 3D Gamers Guild, who's very, very active in the space, and I think he might be around here as well. And then we have Citizen Capital, which is the community DAO of Neo Tokyo. And yes, so this is the first batch, and more will be announced soon. So definitely looking forward for you guys to meet all of them and stuff. And I think now we can move on to questions, just so we don't stretch this out too long. Oh, guys, by the way, we're giving out 2 Rupacks to everybody who's, 2 Rupacks in a raffle, and everybody who attends is eligible for that raffle, and we'll do that at the end. What you guys can do now is do !Jambhall in the Jambhall chat, and that will give you a role that will make you eligible for okay, hang on. It's broken. Lynn!
I'm on it. This is a behind the scenes view of how we work together.
Yes, exactly. This is just me yelling. And this is how Lynn helped me DAO was formed. How come it's not working? Let me see. Let me see.
It's roll locked.
Maybe. Sorry guys, I'm not very good at setting up the. Oh, it works. Okay, I've done it now. Hang on. Think now. Now. Did it?
There we go.
Yeah, I did it.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Let's do questions. Let's do questions now. I hang on. Let me check. I think that Jpeg has fixed. I think Jpeg's audio is working. Do you want to test your microphone? Some problems with the audio still. Maybe just ask the questions that is not for Jpeg first, Lynn.
Sure. Okay. So this is a gameplay question from Astra. When the match ends, does the winning Jambo miss any chance of collecting loot from dead jams, or do they get a certain amount of time to do it before match ends?
So jam, you will get it. Like jam, you will get it. But the rest of the loot, you'll have to pick it up. Basically, when around the map, there will be crafting materials and incubators and blueprints. Those, the last two that I said, are very, very, very rare. And yeah, so you have to pick those up, and then when you die, when you get killed, they just settle all over the floor again. So whoever's there will have to pick it up. But at the end of the match, you will get your Jambium and whatever you carry out. You do have to be the winner to take anything out, though. I also want to address that the crafting build is in the beta. So I don't know if a lot of people noticed, but in the white paper, there is a little sticker thing that says alpha build. So those things that are labeled with alpha build are going to be in the alpha build, and then everything else will be coming later on. So we've dubbed the alpha build kind of the player acquisition build. So it includes all of the origin jumbos, plus breeding. It's all about that. And then the beta build is the crafting build. So that's where crafting materials and blueprints come in. Oh, incubators are in the first build. Sorry, I forgot to say incubators are in alpha. But yeah, beta is the crafting build, and then after that, it's like all of the other expansion builds come. But we haven't, named them yet. Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna ask this question because it was so cute.
Okay.
Will we ever have access to brown Jambos from Doggo?
Brown Jambos? I don't know. I mean, probably there will be some brown Jambos. I mean, there's so many breeds to come. I'm sure we can't avoid brown forever. Also, apparently brown Jambos are made of doo-doo. So maybe if we all lay enough doo-doos in the game, or have enough to shape them into Jambos and magically make them the breed. I don't know. It's a cute question, though.
It is. It's really cute.
Oh.
Let's see here.
If you haven't asked the question in the form, it's okay. You can type them in the chat, and the helpful Jambos will mark them.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Okay. In the white paper, you mentioned that orange and Jambos will have the highest upgrade potential available in the game. Can you go into more detail about what that means?
Yes, so it will not be anything super OP, but things like the maximum amount of command that a Jumbo can learn. And remember that you cannot take all commands, which are active skills, by the way, into the game. But there is a limit think about like your pet, right? If you train it, they can't learn too many tricks. They're gonna forget some of them. So it's the same with the Jambos. If you reach the limit for learning new commands with command courses, you're gonna have to forget one of the old ones. You can pick which one it is, but Origin Jambos, you can have the capability to upgrade to have a little bit more slots than the regular one. So stuff like that.
Cool.
Just a
Yeah, so
convenience, more convenient stuff in terms of like what they're upgrading.
fancy. All right, so yeah, everybody, please type your questions in the chat because I'm going between questions that have been submitted before the Jambhall and then things that are going in chat. So one that was just asked is, will there be an emote or taunt during in-game?
Emotes are part of cosmetics, so yes, there will be, but definitely not in the alpha. Cosmetics are not included in the alpha or the beta. But yeah, they will be there. We are looking at, of course, skins or disguises, titles, emotes, all your favorite things for flexing in the game, and more. So
Awesome. All right. Will user-generated map makers also be able to create their own multiplayer mode?
with the current, as you guys know, that is quite far away, but with the current plan, user-generated maps, not only will you be able to, of course, put the map together, but you can, I guess, put together a set of rules that already exist in game, I guess, the ecosystem. But having mods at SDKs and indie developers inputting in their code is not off the table. It's just a really, really, really big expansion to do. So it's something that we have spoken about, but we haven't made the decision like, yes, definitely this or that. So we'll have to see after we stabilize every other build first. We can explore that to make sure that,
yeah, if anybody wants to know a little bit more of like the plans for the technical implementation, if you're familiar with like, I don't know, game like Overwatch just like jumps to mind for whatever reason. There you have a set of game modes, but there's also like a scripting layer or an interface that allows for you to alter the parameters behind those game modes. So things like low gravity, weapons doing more damage, like all that other sort of like stuff. And so we do plan on there being like a very light scripting layer that allows for you to come up with your own game modes. So yeah, it's not so far as it allows you to like make an entire like game off of it, but think much more like in that vein of multiplayer modes.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's see here. Do command courses also carry to new owners? You sell your jam and you have command courses attached to it.
You mean if they've learned the command?
Yeah.
So if a Jambo has learned a new command via a command course, definitely that is on chain. So it does go to the new owner, and that is one of the ways that you can flip Jambos. You can buy like a baby Jambo, has like a nothing, and then buff it up with all of the commands and all the levels, and then you put it back in the market for a higher price. The Jambo won't be sad if you sell it. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Okay. In the core team, Melty, you are the creative. You're in charge of creative direction. Amber is in charge of game art direction. Would you be able to tell us what the difference is between the two?
Yes. So Amber comes from James's side. So that's Broken Circle Studios. I do talk to Amber a lot, but Amber does all of the art that is to do with stuff that is in the game, like actual direction of like the pieces of art and the items and the maps and like how everything looks in there. And I do the creative direction for the entire project. So I kind of design how the world of Jumbo looks and feels, and like all of your journeys through it, like all of that stuff.
Cool. This is one from in chat. Will Origin holders get a land plot airdrop to them?
I think this is honestly a Jpeg question. I also know that he will not answer it now. So that is something that will come. I think that's a little bit far away for us to decide. And as you guys know, we don't make those decisions very quickly. Yeah.
Fair enough. Can we open one loot box or crate before the opening event? Like sometimes we open one present before Christmas.
What? I never had that. I never had that privilege.
Me either.
What are you
I have to
talking?
wait.
Who has asked
Sally
this
Jack.
question? Oh, of course. um, yeah. In all seriousness, what's on the books right now in terms of discussion in the core team are events or ways for you to maybe utilize your loot from Jambo Camp a little earlier than the opening event. So all will be revealed, but yeah, you can open one day before Christmas, Sally Jack. In what manner? I don't know.
Dun dun dun. Did we ever buy the Jumbo head plushy things? Plushy things.
Plushies.
Why is
Oh,
it
plushies.
plushy in this plushies that people were we kind of teased pre-mint?
Jambo head plushies were actually made. I'll tell you now, like Jpeg and I saw Alice. If you guys remember Alice, she was a helpful Jambo. She dealt with all vendors and everything like that, and we did get 50 Jambo heads made, but they didn't look right to me. They were wrong. So and also we had some roadblocks in handling shipping from Bangkok, Thailand. So we are looking into getting them made somewhere else. But I want Jumbo head plushies, and I'm sure all of you guys do. So definitely not overlooked. So Jpeg actually did keep his promise.
Yes, we made them. They just weren't up to the quality that we were expecting.
Yeah.
All right. What happens when an Origin Jumbo breeds with non-Origin Jumbos? Is the baby different, weaker, stronger, or is there no difference compared to when Origin Jumbos breed?
Origin Jumbos and non-origins can breed as long as they're not from the same lineage. So that's fine. Yeah, I mean, the only difference is how many times they can breed. So if the Origin Jumbos can breed, I think currently the set amount is not confirmed. Nothing in breeding is confirmed or basically we can't write anything on paper that isn't like completely fleshed out. But currently the maximum number of times an Origin Jumbo can breed, I think, is 6, and the one for the normal Jumbo is 4. But yeah, the babies are not weaker, not stronger.
Cool. The white paper mentions crafting rare and legendary items. In terms of rarity, how rare are Origin toys and gear compared to non-Origin blueprints and other things like that?
Very rare. Everything on an Origin is the Genesis items and traits, so they are extremely rare. About crafting the current items, it is possible to craft toys that are from Origin, but it's very, very, very rare. And also, yeah, if it's a legendary one, then and if you get your hands on that, I mean, congratulations to you, sure. But yeah, we have to kind of zoom out on the timeline here. Origin Jumbos, there are only 4,444 of them. you cannot breed any more of them either. And the toys that come with them are designed as to be part of the Genesis collection. You can upgrade them though in the beta build, I think.
Cool. Another breeding question.
What a surprise!
If 4 Jambos of the same breed, if there are 4 Jambos of the same breed, will they produce newborns that kind of have the same traits? And then what happens if you have different Jambos with different breeds breeding? Like what will the outcome be? If I have 4 badasses breeding, will the baby be a badass or will it be something else?
I just want to say that right now, what we want to do, what we've discussed so far, and decided so far, is that it will be possible to guarantee a trait. It will likely be for having all 4 quote unquote parents have that trait, but breeds, Origin Jumbo's breeds are very, very exclusive. So we don't know if breeds themselves will actually go through, but I just want to say that for all things regarding breeding, the answers that I give now, this is what we're planning. It's not confirmed, as all the detailed mechanics, it requires like a lot of intricate planning. Navik is involved in this with us. Everything to do with breeding, with all of our futures, it's gonna basically have its own Bible that comes out with the times when the time arrives, basically. So, I don't want to say anything now that it's like to be taken for certain.
Gotcha. Will players be able to create daily missions or will that be handled by the dev team?
As of now, it's going to be dev teams, and daily missions are really, really far down the line. I believe they're in the looking forward section of the white paper, so it will be like a dev team thing. But I mean, who knows when that time comes, if we're able to let you guys, with your own user generated maps, create your own daily missions, and all for it. Sounds funny.
Yes. Will Angie design the trophies for league matches and will they be collectible NFTs?
I haven't thought about that, so it's interesting. James and Anandn, what do you guys think about league trophies being NFTs?
I mean, I think that it's cool. Part of me says like, why not? And part of me says why.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to allow someone to sell their awesome trophies, but why not? Well, you can.
Then I think about all like the all those old karate tournament trophies that I got that I ended up selling at yard sales later on down the line when I
What?
became an adult.
Wait, people buy them?
Yeah, I think I sold them for like $5, $5 a piece, and then like went to go probably buy like trading cards or something with them. This wasn't yesterday or anything. This is like, 25 years ago.
Yesterday he had a garage sale and he was just
Right.
selling his karate trophies.
Right. I just become that creepy guy down the street.
I think I'm just scared of having Angie design a trophy. I don't know what it would be.
What if we had Angie and Astra? That would be quite scary. I feel like those trophies would have a very threatening aura.
They would.
It's afraid. We'll explore that definitely later. Sounds interesting. I definitely agree with that. And I don't know how I feel about people selling the trophies, but I mean, James' little anecdote was kind of enlightening.
Yeah, we can make them unsellable. Decide. It's a great idea though.
Okay. Next one.
Will our Origin Jambos look different in our wallet if we equip them with different toys and gear? will a normie Jambo increase in rarity if it's equipped with a rare weapon or gear?
Jambo's toys and gears. When the big drop comes, and by big drop I refer to your origin Jambos becoming the playable Jambos. Not the increase that was in the very, very old roadmap. We don't have that anymore, just to clarify. Your origin Jambos, that's it. That's what exists. So when the origin Jambos turned into the playable Jambos, you will get 2 separate NFTs. So you'll be able to claim your 3D playable Jambos and the toy that it comes with. Because as you guys know, you can like equip and unequip a toy. So yeah, that will not be on the Jambo NFT. And gears don't show up at all, even in game. They don't show up. They're just passive skills. Think of them as like items in your bag. You don't wear them. You just carry them in your pockets, your Jambo pockets.
Nice. In relation to leveling up your Jambo on the staking platform and leveling it up in game, like what's the kind of like the ratio or the difference in it? Will you have a faster time, or I guess will it be faster to level up your Jambo playing in the game or leaving them training in the staking platform?
If you win or place well, it will be much faster. If you don't, it will be much slower. But you will still progress, still level a little bit. You'll still get some runium. If you guys don't win the match, you still get runium and you still get level progression. But it's not as easy as staking them in Jambo Camp for sure. That's quite effortless. Except like unless you're a whale and you're clicking a million times. But now, thanks to the cracked dev team, we've sorted that. So.
Cool. For the free to play mechanism, will players need an origin Jambo or a non-origin Jambo to play, or like how will they be able to kind of access the game?
So we have for the free to play, there's 2 ways to get in. I suppose the main one that will come in the alpha launch is Jambo Daycare or the Jambo lending system. So this is of course built upon the blueprint of other scholarship programs. If you would like to play Jambo Mambo without Jambo NFT, you can do so by basically borrowing a Jambo NFT from somebody else. And that person, owners, I suppose, when they list their Jambos for Jambo Daycare, they can adjust the percentage of the Jam revenue share that they get. They can decide, there'll be checkboxes, basically, that you can kind of customize what loot they would like to keep, or who takes stuff like incubators and blueprints, which are high value loot, right, that you can come out of the game with. There'll be optional options for whitelisting players. So if you would like to only rent to a person that you know or your friend, then you can whitelist just that person. And another optional thing is you can, as an owner, set minimum win rate, minimum games played, and other kind of relevant account stats. So, I mean, the good thing about this is like from each person's side, you can kind of easily manage the conditions of renting the Jambo. But yeah, you don't need to have a Jambo to be able to play game. It just would be better if you do, because then you can get everything, unlock all of the yields,
all of the things.
Yeah, or if you don't want to play, then you can be a lender in the Jambo Daycare.
Yes.
And have everybody else play for you.
Yes.
My dream.
Although I do love playing, and I think that I really can't wait for when there's like co-op modes, because I don't want to play against you. I only like playing with you. So I'm already
definitely
imagining us
gonna-
playing against each other, and it's not going to be good for anyone listening. Just yelling at each other.
I'm definitely gonna have a difficult time picking which Jambo I want to like be my main. You know, like I don't know if I can like look in their faces and pick like, okay, you are gonna be the strongest Jambo in the whole family. How am
I
I gonna
know.
do that? I don't know.
They're all our children.
I'm scared. I have to pick a favorite. And then what if I've raised one of them incorrectly? I have to ditch it.
Oh
Anyway.
gosh. Can you give us examples of Jambo tribe isotopes?
Yes. Jambo tribe isotopes are like race skills. So if you're familiar with like MOBA games or MMORPGs, can have a skill, a passive skill that it doesn't define your play style completely, but it gives you like a little perk. So that I believe comes in the third build. I don't know, James. When are we doing tribe isotopes? I have forgotten. Yeah, they're basically like passive skills that your jambos can have. Maybe James can talk a little bit more about race skills / tribe skills.
Yeah. So if you're familiar with, and Melty, we talked a lot about like World of Warcraft and like racial passives
Yeah.
and things of that sort. I mean, essentially those are I think baseline planned. So yeah, at Alpha we're expecting to have those. And there's kind of functionally no difference between the two. One is derived from a different source, and the other comes from essentially your like your tribe, so it acts as like a racial passive. So if you're familiar with games like like really like any MMO, in addition to any race that you would choose to have your character belong to and derive from, you have this like set of basic passive things. So modification to health pool, like some sort of like cutesy like extra thing that like your tribe and you're that racial passive kind of allots you. So yeah, the answer to the question is yeah, those are alpha release features.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Amazing. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say that they also have the potential to be upgraded, the tribe isotopes. Well, okay, cool. Next question.
Wait, this is getting asked a lot. When Jambo merch?
Oh my gosh, when Jambo merge? Actually, this is not that difficult. We're already in talks for a while. We've actually ordered from some with a few merch vendors. I know that Anandn can give a more better review because he's been our model when he went to Miami Hacker House. He wore Jambo merch from I think a couple of vendors, and yeah, Anandn, did you enjoy the T-shirt? Which one was your favorite? The T-shirt with the Savage Jumbo head, or like the hoodie with the logo, embroidery or printed? Which one did you love?
Great question. I was gonna post some pictures in the Jambhall chat. I really liked the embroidered shirt with the savage or hungry Jambo, and
Yeah,
then
the Savage one.
savage one, and then the hoodie with the new logo. Those are probably my favorite. I'll send pictures for everyone.
Amazing. Everybody, please go and spam his merch pictures. If you would like
Yes, they looked great.
They look really cute.
Yeah.
I do want like a really big hoodie, I think, which is what Angelia said as well. She wanted like a XL giant hoodie. I think I would want the same thing. I also want the t-shirts to have like little jambos, like or one little jambo peeking out of the pocket. Would be cute.
Can we make a Jambo fanny pack, and I'm going to call it my Roo pack, and wear it everywhere?
Yeah. Yes.
I want one so bad. I love fanny packs.
Okay. I feel like if JPEG's thing wasn't working, I feel like JPEG is nodding. He's
Yeah.
also definitely a fanny pack person.
Love it. Love it.
Oh,
uh,
yeah, with merch, honestly, I feel like we can have some community contributions there for designs later on.
yeah. So many people have so they want costumes. Chico wants cowboy hat. There's a lot.
I believe at some point in the past few weeks, somebody requested those like air suits, like mascot suits, but like the ones that you blow up and they just look really funny when you dance.
Oh god.
I believe
That'd be
that
so
was
funny.
requested, and I believe that we did not. We were just like, okay, maybe.
We'll look into this.
Yeah.
Um
Okay.
all right. Serious-ish question. Will we get a lump sum of runium for all of our Jambos staked? I know we get a fraction of the amount needed to level, but do we have to use the runium earned by a Jambo only for that specific Jambo, or can we use runium any way we want?
You can use runium for any way you want. You just need to spend the runium to put the stats in and stuff like that, and to craft and to a bunch of things. But yeah, you will get some runium if you're in accordance to your level. You start the game, and then so you can in the stats that you want. I think as gold stack or someone's in the chat, it's true that you won't be able to max out every single thing. But yeah, runium is the owner's currency, same as jambium. You can spend it however you want. You can use all the runium from that you kind of quote unquote got from leveling your other jambos to just max out one jambo if you want.
Love it. Are any Jambo team members going to be at NFT NYC NFT?
Somebody else can answer this. I don't know if is James going. Is Anandn? Anandn might go because he's such like a social jambo.
Sorry.
I just
You
had a
going
baby. I
to-
can't. I'm not allowed to go anywhere.
Oh,
Fair
yes,
enough. Oh,
everybody.
congratulations!
James just
Yeah,
had a
congrats.
baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, he did a ritual with only 2 people, though, not 4.
Two.
Not 4
Only
people.
two.
Just to clarify.
Just to make sure everybody knows, it was only 2 people involved in this ritual.
Cool. Yeah. Anand, are you going to NFT NYC?
Yeah, planning on it. I think Chico will be there too, hopefully.
Loves it. Love
Yeah.
Chico. Coordinator of all things. I would like to go as well. I just have to convince Jpeg Maxi to come too. But we'll see. If we go, then Lynn will go.
Yeah, we literally just had this conversation yesterday. If Melty's going, then I will go. So.
Yes. Well,
Hell yeah.
Kylie and KK have been forcing me to go, so I'll see how persuasive they are in the next month.
All right, let's see here. This one's asked quite a bit. I'm not sure how far we can answer it, but I'll kind of roll them into one question
Okay.
here. A lot of the games promotion. Let me reword this. Let's see here. Big part of any game is the ability to make content from it and post it online. How do we think of tackling the issue most content creators have, staying well away from Web3? And I think that this is also related to a go-to market strategy for global adoption.
Oh, is this a Lynn question?
Yeah, I'll answer it. So a lot of you don't know this, except for Melty, because I met her on Twitch. Literally, I've been a Twitch partner for over 10 years. So like when it was Justin TV, and then before it was like switched to Twitch. And I think one of the biggest things that I've talked to Jpeg in like a lot of detail is how we plan to make the game as accessible as possible to global audiences. Um, and through that, it's the free to play method and all of that, and also through education. So I think one of the biggest problems that um, like the stigma of Web3 being a cash grab in the game world. I totally see it happening a lot. But I do see a lot of content creators moving towards accepting that crypto and Web3 are viable methods of getting revenue. So I don't know how many of you guys like watch Twitch streams. I watch Twitch streams like I would say probably 80 hours a week at least. And you see a lot more becoming partners with um, Web3 companies. And so I think it's very exciting to see that people are adopting this more. And I think that really that just helps us as we create our go-to marketing, like our strategy for marketing things. So we don't really have a full answer just yet because we're still a little bit of a ways out. But it's something that we're definitely considering. And yeah, like the big thing again is just education and accessibility. So yeah, it's not something that we haven't thought of.
Yeah, we also have things like sponsored tournaments. We have things like partnering up with gaming key opinion leaders. Yeah, those are the people that have, I would say, the most open minds right now in terms of acceptance of NFT integration. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of leeway for us to, especially with custom lobbies that we have, for I guess leagues and stuff and brands to come in, sponsor prizes or partner up with us for official prizes and host tournaments in there. So yeah, I'm really excited for that part as well.
Yeah. We love building gaming communities, so it's going to be super exciting the closer we come to alpha launch.
Hmm.
I think that is all of. Let me see here. Most of the questions. There are some questions in here that I don't want to ask because I'm scared to say it out
Okay.
loud.
Okay. Maybe we can talk about what. Let's have James talk about the game dev status. Then Anandn talk about what we're working on at the moment in terms of the blockchain dev team.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so I mean, Dev Team kind of just recently did a pretty broad spectrum push to just get a lot of like core gameplay features off of the ground. And when I say core gameplay, I'm mostly referring to like the moment to moment stuff. So nothing in the menu, nothing meta, nothing in that space. So it's everything that happens once a match starts, once as players are getting connected. It's the moving around, it's the killing each other, and it's the match reaching a conclusion. So there's tons of fun stuff that's happening there. There's like projectiles flying around. There's death. There's not enough violence yet, so we're missing out on some blood and some gore and some craziness there. But the game is kind of already finding a place where it feels it's feeling fun and it's feeling cohesive and not to make everybody feel like jealous, but there's already been a few quote unquote LAN parties that have been going down because it's it is something that's already fun to play. Next steps for us are really just kind of like locking down what's been created. A lot of times like dev just sort of feels like it's this ebb and flow, this back and forth of implementing a bunch of cool stuff and doing whatever it takes to make it happen, and then oh man, like we totally could have done that better, so we need to go and reinvent how that was done, build it better based off of what was learned from that, and so on and so forth. So we're kind of in that ebb stage right now of we just built some really cool stuff, found a lot of really great fun, and are now needing to harden those systems and kind of really get us prepared for that next push of kind of whatever's cool, exciting, and missing from core play.
Amazing, thank you. Yeah, guys, there's like a cute video showing the combat, early combat from the dev session that James was talking about, where they all just had like an impromptu death match. So that's in the white paper, but I think most people have seen it already. It's also on Twitter. Yeah, Anand, do you want to talk about what you and Nikhil and
Yeah.
that's like Kevin,
Yep. Got Kevin and
Tony,
Tony. Yep.
yeah, have been working on? I know that you guys have put a lot of hours into improving Jambo Camp, the amazing work that Cardinal did as well. So
Yeah. Major shout out to Cardinal there. And going off of that, yeah, we've mostly been focused on improving performance on the staking platform, improving the user experience, making it extremely seamless and easy for players to stake and unstake, go on quests. So we're currently working on continuing to improve that, as well as adding new quest features as well. Outside of staking, we're looking at some interesting, maybe core features that we're going to need to interface with the game team as well. So there we're looking at this concept of wrapping the in-game assets into the game client, and potentially, don't want to give any spoilers, but also looking at lending system, Jambo Daycare especially. These are the currently like the big roadmap items on the blockchain side at the moment.
amazing. Also, we have you guys have seen on the roadmap and on the Twitter thread, we have a redacted event. Oh, we won't talk about it now, but it's fun and I'm really excited. And yeah, the dev team is going to be superstars in that event. So for it, just yeah, if you have, just want to say, if you have been enjoying our PFP events, you will very much like what's coming in the event that I'm speaking of. Cool. Okay. Well, then, speaking of PFP things, Blue Scouts is closing phase 2 after this Jambhall is over. So I would encourage you guys to go and do your dive, poke, and raids now. Do it now because it's going to go away. And also, in 24 hours, dig site hunt is closing on Jambo Camp. So just want to reiterate, please do not enter any new Jambos into there. I do believe, though, I mean, we gave quite a bit of notice, so I think people should be ending their ones now-ish or a few hours ago. But yeah, anybody who stakes their removal announcement would be finished now, basically. And yeah, I think we can do. Is there anything else from the community side that you want to add, Lynn? Is there any upcoming things that I've missed out? I know we have some gaming events planned with people.
Yeah, we've got a couple gaming events that we're planning on doing with different projects, and so also we did delay one game event, which we're definitely going to put on the books again to play with everybody for awesome prizes. But yeah, like the big thing is like please give us feedback on things you guys want to see. Because we're always looking and we're always iterating on everything that we're doing. So almost everything that the dev team had pushed out on the staking platform in the last month and some literally were from community feedback. So performance issues, we addressed that immediately. Making sure that we could stake more than one, or we could send more than one jam on a hunt, because I guess you want to send all of your jams on a hunt, and making it easier for you. So yeah, like anything that you guys have in terms of feedback to make things easier for you or more enjoyable, let us know, because we want you guys to be involved in this process as much as possible too.
Nice. I was gonna say. Oh yeah, let's do the raffle. Lynn, please pull out. Oh, guys, last chance to enter raffle exclamation Jambhall in Jambhall chat. And yeah, I think James has to leave. Jpeg as well has to leave. He's been here lurking the whole time and guiding us through our answers because his audio wasn't working. He's very exhausted. So James and Jpeg, you are excused.
Bye all. Thank you so much.
If you guys have any more questions for them, feel free to still type them in Jambhall chat. Any questions that were not answered in here today, we'll get answers for you. So yeah, we'll follow up those. And so Penny, everyone knows that is not part of breeding. Just saw your little
Some of these things I'm seeing, I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm trying
seeing
not
the
to laugh.
message, and it will not be. So nobody scroll up. Nobody look for Penny's message, letting him know that it's not a thing.
Too early.
Cool. Okay, I think we are ready to
Okay.
do the raffle.
Okay, cool. Where do I do it before you yell at me?
Do it. I'll yell at you regardless. Like I don't, even if you do it right, I'll yell.
This is true.
Lynn, because it's what we do here.
Yes. I'll do it in do I just do it in Jambhall chat? Okay, I'll do it in Jambhall chat because not everybody can see it.
Everyone
All
can
right.
see it.
Astra! Astra is the winner. Wait,
Okay,
how many
one
winners do we
more.
have? Two.
Two.
Okay.
Winners.
So that's winner number 1.
Yes.
And winner number 2 is Cavered Creature.
Yay!
Yay,
Congratulations, you guys
congratulations.
get Misters Rupaks. We have just over 100 of those left. There's 200 supply on those. There won't be any more. With that said, let's give out another one. So let's do a third person.
Ooh, a third one.
Yeah, and Chico's not allowed to win. So if it's Chico, wins. Again.
Lynn, I love it.
Julia Lynn, and why is her name a mix of Lynn and Angelia? Is that
Jelly.
on purpose? Oh, it's
Yes.
Jelly.
It's Jelly.
And she's changed her name into something confusing.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to. This has been an issue of the core team, but you guys all having Angelia and Lynn in your names won't help. Sometimes we try to tag the wrong people. I've definitely tagged Anandn instead of Angelia a million times. I've definitely tagged I think Alex instead of Lynn a million times as well. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is a trend. It's just making it very inconvenient for us.
Like Chico tagged the wrong person. As
Yeah.
it just
See?
happens.
Yeah, Chico has now tagged baby Gaius, who's also called Angelia.
Cute.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, guys. Any more questions, just leave it in the chat. We'll leave it open for a little while. And the helpful Jambos will scour through everything and kind of like deliver it all to us in Ru language. We're not having a screaming contest. No,
That's only when we play Warzone.
we're not doing the screaming contest now.
Winners, please message Talking Jambo your wallet addresses,
Yes.
please.
Please send it to Talking Jambo now. Otherwise, you will miss out. I'm just kidding. You can send it whenever, and they'll get to it. Okay, I think it's good. Oh, Roo Scout's closing now. So last dive poke raids now.
The last ones.
Yes. And then phase 3 will be coming in a few days, depending on how long it takes us to give you guys all your items. Okay, guys, thank you so much, everybody, for coming to Jambhall, our first Jambhall. We aim to have these more often, hopefully, like once a month or bi-weekly if we can. But yeah, every time we give we do like a launch of something, we'll all gather here. Good to see so many Roo Scouts PFPs. If you're not a Roo Scout, it's okay. I'm not calling you head coin poor, but you are head coin poor. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. See you in the chat. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.